You're dripping.
I'm dripping all over the place.
Oh no, don't drip, Jake. Come on. We got halibut. We got sea bass. We got a lobster over there. The poor lobster. Darn it. That's awesome. All right, so we're hanging out. We're just waiting for a couple people to show up, Jake.
I'm ready.
The two people that are going to come and show up and watch it, all right? Just those.
This guy's
ready.
Not ready.
Oh,
No, he's not.
Well,
oh, he really
depending
is
on your point of view, he's either ready or not ready. I'm not sure.
Exactly. All right. Okay. Let's get going on this thing. All right, I'm going to do a little intro here, bud.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, I can. All right, I can do an intro now. Here we go. You want me to do it both ways or just full screen, Lulu? What do you think? Okay, bye. I'm going to pin me. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. All right, so I get faces. You don't understand the audience I've got behind me. It's crazy. It's like those cutout boards that I saw them all playing baseball. They're all lined up behind it. It's just like what I got going on here. I got a studio audience. So anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. So what is Dad's That Cook? Dad's That Cook answers the question of what's on everybody's mind, every dad's mind on how to feed their family. And what do we got going on today? The question was traditional lobster boil. How the heck do you do that? So what do we got? I got Jake Messier. He's all the way out in Boston, Massachusetts, parking his car with his garage in the Raja. I can do that because my family's from Boston. So he's going to show us how to clean a lobster, which I'm telling you, I've never done. So that's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see that. And he's going to show us how to make this lobster boil that everybody wants. It's a great summertime thing. So let's introduce you to Jake Messier.
What's up, guys? How are you, Jason?
Hey, what's happening, buddy? How are you? Thanks for tuning in today.
We are good. My wife, Nicole, who you know very well, and Jason,
and Lulu. Well, Michelle.
Hi, Nikki. Can I say Nikki or can I say just Nicole?
You can do Nick.
Okay, Nick.
Oh,
She's not a Nikki.
She's not a Nikki.
All right, I'm going back to Nicole. I'm doing a formal.
All right.
Now, what are we drinking today, Jake and Nicole?
Well, when you're doing a lobster boil in New England, there's really, in our opinion, there's really only one thing to have, and that is a shandy. Now, a shandy, you guys familiar with shandies?
No, Shandy.
Never heard of it.
Shandy is 1/3 beer and 2/3 beer, 1/3 lemonade.
Oh, okay. So it's really refreshing.
It's very
Narragansett is a Rhode Island brand that's been around for a long time, and they make the best shandy because they use Dell's lemonade out of New York. And so they use Dell's lemonade and they use their beer, and you get shandy. So this is our summer beer, which is a shandy.
That
Awesome.
sounds very cool.
I like it.
Yeah. And wait, what's the name of your town again?
Worcester. WORCESTER. Worcester.
Worcester?
Worcester.
Not Worcestershire?
Not Worcester.
Not
Not
Worcester?
Worcester.
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 Ah,
And he parked his car in the garage
And Harvard Yard.
in the Harvard Yard with Raja.
I don't know a Roger.
I don't
You
know
kept
any
mentioning Roger. I don't
Okay.
know.
I said this earlier, but I can get away with that because my family grew up in Lynn, Massachusetts.
Lynn, it's just north
That's
of Boston.
the city of sin, right?
In the city of
That's
Sin.
right, exactly.
So they came over to the West Coast, and I was born.
and they did have plenty of sin.
They did. And
Yeah.
they all talk like that too. Just saying. They did.
All right, now you're not doing the lobster.
No.
Jake's going to show you how to do a lobster
Yes.
for the future, right?
That's right. I'm making some halibut, some sea bass. We're doing a curry dish today. We're going to do a little
Yeah.
curry fish, coconut rice on a bed of spinach. Should be tasty.
I
In
want
the meantime,
Hold on. I want to go to your house.
Yeah, can we stop and just,
You want to?
we'll come out to you.
I know we're like 3,000 miles away, but that's what we want.
Yeah, we want that.
All
Come
right.
on, I'd rather have the lobster.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I couldn't find the lobster. I wanted to make it
I
with you
know,
today.
right?
And we're like scrambling. Hey, who's got live lobster? Nobody.
We do.
Right?
Yeah, we got a lot of them. Yeah.
That's the great part, right? So I was just looking, there's a bunch of guys actually that have been doing lobster boils because of course you can get lobster in their area right now.
My friend Dawn, she's been day drinking all day. I really appreciate that, Dawn. Bingo, bango.
Bingo,
Oh,
bingo.
yeah.
Here
Oh,
we
I
go.
got a drink.
Oh, Jason has to make
Okay.
ours.
I'm
We'll
making
drink. We'll drink. We'll
You
take
keep
care.
drinking. You keep drinking. I'm making a tamarind margarita, people. This is how it works. Let me show you real quick. Okay.
Right.
So I got my little salt rim. I put salt. Okay. I put some salt and some chili powder, and then I did a zest from a lime. Put the zest from the lime in there. That's the trick. Okay. Then you get your little happy glass. Get your little rim going. Boom. Slide that in there like that. Oh! Party on, Wayne. That's the way that goes. Okay? Let me get the other one. Real simple. And this is a very easy drink to make. It's not
I like
difficult
to drink, Jason.
at
I
all.
like to drink a lot of them.
Well, that's fine. Come on over.
I'm right there.
We keep on telling you. We're just gonna get there. I mean, it's.
Okay, so instead of I have this recipe on my website, dadsthatcook.com, if you want it. So I had to tweak it a little bit because we got puree. We didn't get the syrup that it called for. So we're doing puree, and we're just going to do a little tablespoon of that. I'm just getting a regular old tablespoon in with a cup of ice, shaker of ice. Okay, simple. Boom. We're going to throw that in there like that. Easy peasy. Stick that in there. Now I'm going to get some booze. Whatever kind of tequila you like, go nuts, live on the edge.
What kind of you having?
Well, we got some Patron Añejo,
Nice.
Quality.
and I'm pouring heavy today.
Hey,
Okay?
great. That's a good idea.
Yay!
We are definitely coming over.
Heck yeah.
Exactly.
Ah, yikes.
Exactly.
Hopefully the seafood curry won't end up getting bungled because of it.
Little simple syrup, just a dash of that. Okay? And then to kind of sweeten it up and make it taste a little cool, I put a little bit of orange juice in there. Just
Nice.
a little, not a lot, just a little. All right? Hey, Lulu, can you get me a couple big cubes?
Okay, and why don't we have Jake take it away?
Yeah, we will. As soon as we have our bingo bango going on. I'm really stalling. I should have had this thing going already.
Yeah.
We were ready. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the host is doing, but the guests were ready. I mean,
Hopefully,
Put a
right?
lime on there. Thank you. Thank you, darling.
All right, let's get our drink on.
Yeah, baby.
And you're making, so again, Jake, why don't you tell us a little bit about the traditional New England lobster boil?
sure. So, I mean, traditional can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I mean, in most places around this part of New England, I live in Worcester. We go down, sort of the South Shore, Cape Cod area. We spend a lot of time down there. So basically, it's got a lobster, obviously. It's got a few clams in there. It's got some corn on the cob. It's got some baby red potatoes. It's got some onions. And the one thing that some boils have that others don't, that really, if you're in that Cape Cod area, is a little bit of it's called linguiça sausage.
Ah, yeah.
So the South Shore, the South Coast of Massachusetts is a huge Portuguese population. Fall River, New Bedford, huge Portuguese. So they introduced the linguiça. So you boil all this stuff together. So we're making actually a boil for 4 people. So we got a bunch of potatoes, a bunch of onions, corn on the cob. We got a couple lobsters and about a pound of clams. So I already started. I guess I can do the Jason thing where we point this thing down. So this is not on my
the Jason thing.
So I got a pot going. This is going to be boiling up pretty soon. It's about 10 cups. I got a 20 quart lobster pot here. You can't really see the size of it. Woo. But it's about,
crazy there.
about 2 feet tall. So put about 10 cups of water at the bottom of it and a bottle of wine. That makes it a little, yeah, you put a bottle of, just a bottle of $8 cheap wine, cheap white wine, and it sort of gives it a little bit more zest to your boil. I put some Old Bay seasoning and 6 garlic cloves in there. So all that's going to come to a boil, and then you start dropping things in, and it just takes a certain amount of time, and that's really the whole thing. There's not a lot of chefy things about this thing. It's just the timing and stuff like that.
So you're saying this is easy?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave. So.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I'm just going to throw some fish in the broiler and call it a day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, so the first, when this is coming to a boil, first things we're going to do is the onions, the potatoes in the bottom. They're going to be about 15 minutes. So as soon as that comes, you want me to drop those in now? We're almost at a boil. Drop onions, potatoes in now.
Go for it. Do what you got to do, buddy. You're the star of the show today, Jake.
I am not the star of this show. This is the Jason Glover Show. If I ever saw a show that was called the Jason Glover Show, this would be it.
Well, I haven't found that show either.
Right here, man. We're on it.
We're on it.
We're on the show.
I love that we're learning how to do a lobster boil because you don't see that on the West Coast that very often at all. Right?
Yeah, you guys that's sort of the Florida. Florida has those weird sort of Caribbean lobsters. They don't have claws, man. That's sort of weird. Lobsters without claws, those spiny lobsters things. I don't know about those guys.
You mean like crawdads?
No. Florida has these lobsters. They're called spiny lobsters, and anybody that's watching in Florida now is going to know the difference. That they're the size of a Maine lobster. They just don't have claws.
Wow, no claws?
Very odd. And they're Florida, maybe south of the Carolinas, and all through the Caribbean. That's the kind of lobsters they had down there. Maine lobsters really only come down probably to Rhode Island, maybe a little bit further south, but that's about it. Maybe Long Island Sound. That's about it.
Huh. Fun.
So
if you guys need lobsters, call up Jake. He'll just send them to you. He's got a bunch in his backyard. He puts them in his pool.
Dry ice.
Actually, what we were thinking is that we were going to come to see you to get some of your food. I'm going to bring some of the live lobsters in the plane with me and call them my emotional support lobsters because they have to explain that. I'm going to put them on a little leash.
Yep.
And we're gonna bring them over. So.
And then
Maybe you could put them in a baby stroller.
Yeah.
And then you got a baby stroller.
a baby.
Yeah.
So my potatoes and stuff are in there, 15 or so minutes. So Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. I have to time everything. I'm of the age where
Alexa, play some AC/DC.
Will, she's sitting right here. Now, not literally. You ready? Here we go.
Oh, see, we can't do that though because then they'll just shut us off.
Exactly.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Now, Jake, when we look in your pot, and that's not like a,
Yeah.
I'm not being cheeky. When we look
We are in Massachusetts, of course, so it's all good.
You might have to raise the pot up a little bit just because it's a little bit hard to see sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. Of course, it is a 20-quart pot that she wants me to just lift up.
Okay. All right. Bingo bango, everybody.
Oh, bingo bango. Hold on.
Bingo bango.
Bingo bango.
Woo!
With your Shandy, is that what you called it? Is that what you called it?
Summer Shandy. Yep.
Summer Shandy.
We're having the Tamarind Margarita.
Excellent.
It's on the website.
So, what do you want me to do first? You want me to kill the poor live lobsters, or do you want
let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
No,
I don't like doing this. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't like.
He doesn't like.
Oh, he's a compassionate person.
Look at him. So sweet. So sweet.
Yeah. But you're gonna show us how to do it humanely.
There are two ways to do the lobster. Kill the poor guy. You can just drop them into the pot, and they squeal. There's this squealing noise that happens, and I'm not sure if it's the air escaping from the thing or they're just crying. I'm not sure, but it's not a good sound to hear. So I don't like listening to it. So we pre-kill them, meaning you just sort of smash its little brain in and then you drop it in the pot and it'll be okay.
Well, that's the way to do it.
So is this gonna be Dad's That Cook's first butchering of a live animal on TV?
Of a live animal, yes, it is.
Yeah, this is gonna be
This is it. Nothing's gonna go wrong at all.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So yeah, I'm gonna go get the little guy.
So, yeah, we're just gonna wait.
Oh,
over
now he's
here.
gonna go.
Look, he's gonna hide. He's gonna hide in the closet when he does it.
He's gonna make Nicole do it.
Yeah, Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
here. Yeah. He's
And I'm gonna go like that.
So there's our little friend. I've had them sitting in some water the other day. So he's probably dead right now. I didn't really want to kill him. So about 10 minutes before the show, I put him in some regular water, which salt water he needs. So it probably drowned him, which I feel better about right now.
Oh,
But
that's good.
If you do have the live lobster, obviously you want to be holding him by the back. This guy might move a little bit. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So, but you want to be holding them right here. And obviously they need their damn rubber bands on. If you have a lobster without rubber bands,
No.
you 100% lose a finger. I mean, does it, 100%. We used to go to a lobster pound in Biddeford, Maine. And this old crusty lobsterman, the guy had 3 fingers left. 3 fingers left. He had 2 pinchers and he would pick them up and he'd scare all the kids. And I'm like, oh my God. So anyway.
Rubber bands
love
are a
that.
must.
So anyway, you got your, I'm going to move this over here a little bit so you can sort of see what's going on down below. So there's our lobster. If he was alive, which this guy's not anymore, I don't think. They don't, once they've been out of the water for a little bit, they don't do much. So what you're going to do is basically just take your sort of biggest, heaviest knife. I got a big sort of cleaver, which is easy. You're going to put them right here and you're going to hold them and you're sort of just going to go.
Oh, on my head. Hurts.
So, that was probably a little bit, I'm glad he wasn't alive because that would have sucked. But it's basically just through the brain, and then you get your lobster guy. There he is. I'll go get the other guy because he's, hey, you're going to come this way. Because somebody's going to be on camera when I'm walking away. So.
I'm here.
You right there?
Somebody's got to be there to entertain people.
Oh, hang on.
Go, Vanna.
Or everyone can see how cute my adorable dog is. Can everybody see
That's
my
right. Oh, look at that little doggy. Oh, bingo, bango.
Oh, bingo bango. Right back at you.
Oh, I'm holding a dead lobster, so I'm sorry. I
You're
can't.
exempt from this one. After
We'll
it,
let
though,
it
you
go
have.
this time.
Now that little guy, that little sweet lobster. What was his name, Jake?
That was
Was that Sam?
Was that Bob?
Raphael.
Raphael.
Hey, yeah.
Nice.
Raphael and Montgomery. Yeah, this guy's still alive. So I'm gonna just put him out of his
Oh, is he
misery.
moving?
Ooh.
Yeah, we got some antennas moving, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, oh, my head hurts.
Okay, so
No.
you do that before you put it in the boil.
Yeah. So live lobsters, in case so live lobsters are not red. Everybody thinks lobsters are red. Cooked lobsters, this guy's cooked. Cooked lobsters are red. Live lobsters are this greenish. They can be anywhere from green to purple to blue. A real blue lobster is really rare. So if you ever find a blue lobster, don't eat it because they're worth like $1 million. But so yeah, I mean your lobsters before they go in the pot are this brownish, greenish, bluish color. And then when they come out, when you boil them, then they come out red.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, so now we got 2 dead lobsters. They're not quite, so my potatoes and stuff are going. But one thing I did, we wanted to talk about shelling a lobster too, right? Do we want to talk about that? Which would normally come sort of after these were cooked, but I pre-cooked a guy because if we put these guys in there, I wouldn't be able to do it in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, because your hands would be
way
burning.
too hot. So
Way
I
too hot.
pre-cooked this guy to be able to sort of tell you how to shell a lobster. Have you ever done one?
I've
you
never
shelled a
shelled a lobster.
You've never shelled a lobster.
No, except for the lobster tail that I had the other day.
Yeah.
That was a piece of cake.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Do you want me to move this?
Put it on the grill, slice it in half, put some stuff on it.
Yeah. We can,
No.
So.
In the meantime, at the same time, I'm going to get some stuff going with this fish. I got to get my little curry going. So this is what I've got going on. I've got some oil in my little pot over here, over there, and I got to throw the onions in. And I did a real nice thin little slice of these Maui onions. So we went with sweet little Maui onions. That's what we're doing here today.
Ooh, those look awesome.
And we're going to throw those in.
What are Maui onions? Like,
They're from Hawaii. They are from Hawaii, and they're sweet. They're not like a real tart or, they're not really strong. They're just a sweet kind of onion. Have you ever had Maui onion potato chips or anything?
I have, yeah.
They're sweet. So
Yeah.
different than just having a regular like green onion or yellow onion or red onion. All of them have a little bit different flavors too. So I'm just gonna let that go in there. I gotta throw the garlic in with that. Add a couple of cloves of garlic. And we're gonna let that go for about 4 minutes. So while you're doing, I'm gonna let this sit, and you can kill that thing over there and show us
How to do a lobster real fast?
Do it.
All right. So I pre-cooked this guy earlier. I'm going to sort of tilt this down and sort of show you now. Once you cook these guys, the claws and stuff come off. So you have a dominant claw, which is your big one. All lobsters have this big dominant claw, and they have a smaller one. It all depends. Some people like claw meat better. Some people like tail meat better. I prefer tail meat. It's just a little bit. It's if you like a thick steak or whatever. It's just a thicker, juicier piece of meat. Sort of like Jason, a thick, juicier piece of meat.
Yeah.
So all right. So when you're doing a lobster, and I hope everybody can see this. This is probably the best angle that we can get. Jason, can you see that? Okay, in terms of
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
All right. So you got the two claws. Really, two claws. Then you got this. We call this the knuckle area. I'm not sure what the biological term is, but everybody that eats lobsters around here calls them. This is the knuckle. So you got the claw, the knuckle, and then really you got the tail. Tail's attached right here. The rest of this thing is pretty much inedible. You take out, see it just pops right off. So I just ripped that off. We got two claws, and then this thing is just a little wiggle, and then comes right off. Tail comes off. You got this whole thing, looks pretty good. Tails are definitely easier than claws. We grab these scissors. If you don't have scissors, a lot of places will have scissors. Literally, there's this membrane. This is almost like a hard plastic membrane going down the middle. You basically want to just cut down the middle. And then when you do that, you can stretch this thing apart and you get stuff that flies everywhere, which is why I'm wearing this is why they give lobster bibs. Literally why that's a thing, because this stuff goes everywhere. You just put that apart and then you got a whole lobster tail. It just popped right out.
Well, that's why you're wearing the Dad's That Cook shirt, right?
I was just going to say that, just wipe the counter off with it.
So, I mean, really,
Oh, look at that tail.
Yeah,
Nice.
it pops right out.
Bring it up here.
Bring it up.
Oh, baby.
Oh, snip, snap.
So this guy was about typically how you do lobsters, how you judge lobsters. Anything less than a pound is called a chicken lobster. I have zero idea why, or a chick's lobster, really. Anything less than a pound is a chick. Then you go 1.25 pounds, 1.5 pounds, and then 2 pounds is a decent sized lobster. Really, you should expect, if you get a 1 pound lobster, if you're trying to feed your family, or, you want to, do a date night or whatever, 1 pound lobster is going to yield you about 1/3 pound of meat. So
you're basically having an appetizer at that point.
It's not a lot of meat. So, a 2 pound lobster is probably a good hearty amount of meat. So it's probably about, a little over 1/2 pound. So.
All right, I've got my curry going over here. I got to throw some coconut milk in. I've got some unsweetened coconut milk. It's going in over here. You can smell the curry and the onions and the garlic. I got to throw that in. Get that going. And I also got to put some chicken stock in, a cup of that. And I'm just going to let it boil up and let it do its thing for a little while.
Did you put the curry in?
The curry's in,
Oh
girlfriend.
God.
Yeah, put it in a
That's
long
the
time.
most important thing.
Yeah, it is.
The curry.
The curry is where you want it.
If it's a curry recipe.
If it's a curry recipe, you're going to use curry.
I don't know if I feel like the rest of the audience and leave you guys alone. I'm not sure.
That's right. See what happens when you drink Tamarind Margarita? It gets crazy around here.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Babe, you need to come over here and rest me.
Bingo, bango, people.
Bingo,
Right on time.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good. That's
Okay,
good
what
stuff.
are you doing over there?
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
still
so
there.
we just did the tail. The claws are a little bit more intense. And they're, if you don't have one of these sort of, I mean, every New England house has a set of these nutcracker things and a little claw. I don't know where my little claw went, but
Okay.
oh, there it is, right here. Every New England house has got a couple of these. We got like a set of 4. You know, there's no really way to get the claw apart unless you get. I mean, it's tough. So you got to get right in there, and I'm going to sort of show this, and you'll hear the crack. Oh, we got some explosion there.
I'll get that.
So you want to crack the lobster claw in the very middle, and then sort of wiggle it apart, and then the whole claw is going to come right out. And then you get this nice big piece of claw meat, which is really a replica of the claw itself. But yeah, that's all. That's all the.
Delicious.
Don't eat it.
That's all the claw meat that just came
Don't
right
eat
out.
it. Don't eat it.
I'm actually going to eat it.
Don't do it.
I probably won't.
Did you get some butter and some garlic out already?
Yeah, we got the butter going. Yeah, already. So now we got one claw. The other claw is basically identical. So you got one claw, one tail. Again, you got this knuckle meat. Now, depending on what kind of lobster eater you are, if you have it a lot, you probably don't screw with the legs. If you don't have it a lot, then a lot of people, you take off the legs, you just rip off these little legs. You can rip these things off, and you can suck out the meat out of each individual leg. Yeah, it's a little bit of lobster meat.
Hardy New Englander.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like sucking the head off of a crawdad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the exact same thing.
Yeah. I mean, especially after you've boiled it in some spices and other stuff, right? It has all the flavors, the Creole flavoring and all that, right? If you're down there.
So
one thing I like, we have these onion or lemon sitting here. Like one of the things that most people do is
Alexa, stop.
they use butter for their, to dump their lobster in. But a good alternative is also lemon.
Yep. She likes hers
I
with
like
lemon.
lemon because I don't like the thickness of the butter.
Yeah.
And it gives it a little tang, if you will.
Yeah. There's just
Tang, little
obvious-
tang.
There's a very definitive debate about
Yeah,
lobster
most
with
people will
butter
have it,
or
yeah.
lobster versus with
Well, I could see the lemon, butter, garlic.
See, a nice little compromise, Jason.
Yes, I mean, put them together, marry them.
I'm glad you're wearing that shirt.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know if anybody just saw that. That just exploded into my
Just
shirt.
splatter all over yourself.
Yeah, just like just all
You
over me.
gotta
Look,
Ah,
all over.
Oh, that's classic. I love it.
So basically, once you get those, I just basically tore this thing apart. You just get right into the knuckle, and you can get that. The knuckle meat is one of my favorite meat on the lobster. Jason's got. What do you got going over there?
I'm making this little curry coconut sauce stuff. It needs to work itself for about another 10, 15 minutes. And then I got to throw some carrots in that I got my mandolin out. I was going to do some little matchsticks, right? Little matchstick carrots. If you want to spend time, cutting them by hand, go nuts, live on the edge. I got my little mandolin out and did it myself.
Good.
It took like 3 minutes, less than that.
Can I get another little bowl?
So I'll stick that in there in just a little bit.
You can just take this over to the. So I'm just sort of collecting all. So that I just basically shelled the whole lobster. You get about, this is about maybe a 1/3 to a 1/2 pound of meat out that one lobster. So we're gonna just put it off to the side. This guy's gonna just be stored for later. Word to the wise, if you're shucking lobsters, don't just throw these guys in the trash, because tomorrow lobsters smell like holy hell. So make sure that if you're gonna chuck your lobsters, the best thing we do actually is just throw them in some of the bags that you get from the grocery store and toss it in the freezer, and then wait till garbage day and then take it out of the freezer, and then get it, because
It won't stink up your house.
oh my God, it's not good at all. You got a rotting sea bug in your garbage. So thanks, babe.
Oh, I like rotting sea bugs in my garbage. That sounds really great, Jake.
It's very romantic. That's how I won her heart. It's actually a pet name of ours. I call her my rotting sea bug. She loves
Here,
it.
honey, I love you. Have a bag of these. All right, so we got our curry going. That's boiling up real nice. I want to make sure that that's got a nice, lot of nice flavors. Obviously, the coconut is really, really good. Now, I also made some rice too. I made some coconut rice, which again is really simple, really easy. This is what I did.
That looks like rice.
It is rice.
Oh,
It is rice.
that's not very exciting.
No, there's nothing exciting, but the flavor tastes amazing. Because I used a cup of coconut milk and a cup of water and a cup of rice.
And show them your coconut.
I'll show you the coconut, the one that is over here.
Yeah, that one.
This one that I still have to figure something out with this. I don't think.
I bought him a real coconut so that he can have actual coconut. He has to just chop it up.
I don't have the tools for it, I don't think, and I don't want to cut my finger off.
Oh.
I think it's more of a, if I had a hatchet, I could do it, but I don't have one.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine with leaving it right over there. Isn't that great? All right. So now what's the story with your boil over there?
Well, it's boiling slower than I thought, and when I dumped the potatoes in, it slowed it down. So I'm just waiting on it for a few more minutes, but
Okay.
Jake,
eventually, yeah.
while you're waiting, would you mind telling us a little bit about your family? That's
Yeah.
what I call it. And also a little bit about your health scare
Oh, sure.
and what you've done to change your life and your diet around and your weight, because we are very impressed.
You've lost how many pounds?
Right around, I didn't weigh myself today, but right around 65 pounds.
65 pounds.
A whole person.
And during COVID, which is even
During
more
COVID.
remarkable.
Right? Exactly.
I started right at Christmas Eve. I was like, oh, I am way too big. I'll be 100% honest. I was 262 on Christmas Eve, and I was unhappy with where I was. I'd never even come close to being that heavy. And I decided on Christmas Eve that I was going to next day was going to be Christmas, and that was going to be my last hurrah. And then I was going to start losing weight. And I didn't do anything stupid, or some crazy diet that you never be able to maintain. Or if you eat a piece of bread at some point, you gain 5 pounds or anything like that. We're just massive amounts of self-control. And I know that that's, not an easy thing to say, but it's not easy to do. But portion control is really what it came down to. And then, COVID helped, I think, a little bit from going on walks and a lot of that, but
Also just eating healthier.
just eating healthier. Just a change in diet, just not eating. Red meat is maybe once every 2 weeks now. And we're a lot more and certainly more poultry and fish, to be honest. Really, fish is that where it is. But red meat and substituting where we would eat red meat with either a turkey or a fish, where, tacos having turkey in it instead, or burgers having turkey, or the veg burgers or whatever, something like that. So that's really, it wasn't anything ridiculous.
Well, so you didn't go crazy and say, I'm going to get on this diet.
No. In fact, so here's where this precipitated. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had a stroke. I'm 48 now, so I was 45 at the time.
Wow.
It was June 2 years ago. So yeah.
June
my wife had to make the decision on whether to give me a drug that was going to either save my life or it was going to kill me. And it was a 50-50 shot.
Wow.
And she had to look at me and look me in the eye. And I was nonverbal at that point. I could understand everything. I was just completely nonverbal. And I looked at her hoping to convey, yes, I don't want to be, incapacitated, all those things. And I said, so we're either gonna take this. She had about 10 minutes to make the decision too. So,
so that was exciting.
There's a 3-hour window to give you this drug for stroke, and we were at 2 hours and 45 minutes, and they had to give. She had to make the decision, and obviously I got cleared about 4 months later. I got cleared back at 100% by my neurosurgeon, my OT, and my PT. I got cleared back at 100%, and then. I was sort of like trying to figure out, okay, what do I have to change in my life? And I made some small changes, but really the weight was the biggest thing that I think I had to sort of get through. And that was the end of this sort of journey of I'm certainly always going to be a stroke survivor, but the end of me feeling like, okay, I've done everything. If it happens again, I've done everything I should do that the doctors have told me to do. I'm on medication. I'm taking every day. I've cut my diet. I've lost weight. I should have done the things that I need to do, and whatever happens at this point. But
wow.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
congratulations.
how I got here.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, not obviously on the stroke, but on
And living, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, we've been planning this for 2.5 years now. Like, oh crap, he's got a stroke. What's going to happen with our lobster boil now? Jeez, I was so mad.
Keeps on stroking out on me.
Jason and Michelle are like, no, we have to wait until.
That's right.
We have to wait.
Exactly. You're 60 pound weight loss.
Yeah.
Our timing is perfect.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, yeah, congratulations.
Seriously, congratulations.
Yeah,
Jake.
seriously.
We love you guys.
Yeah, totally.
We're so happy that you're
Thank you. So obviously, Josh, we didn't talk about my family. My wife, Nicole, we've been together for this year. It's 20 years we've been together. We haven't been married, but we've been together for 20 years. And we have 3 awesome kids. One just graduated college. In May, he graduated from Hofstra University in New York, which we're so proud of him. He did a great job. And he and his girlfriend graduated from Hofstra too. So they're actually both living with us because, recent college graduates are so, jobs are
So many jobs out there. So many jobs
out there right now.
Right now, there's plenty of them.
So they're living with us, and it's great. I mean, so they're living. Honestly, we're blessed because.
He's also helping you, isn't he, with your business stuff?
100%. He's actually helping with the business. So, so we're happy to have him and Nicole here. And then our daughter Haley is a senior going into her senior year at the University of Maine. So she went north, and she has all the lobsters she could possibly want.
Yeah, really.
We have a 10-year-old named Jack, who is going into 6th grade. So
And both of you were in the military for.
We were both in the military. Yep.
We met in Japan.
We met in Tokyo, Japan. We were stationed in Tokyo. I was there for 4 years, and she was there for 3, and we met. She's originally from Pennsylvania, and I'm originally from this area. So I'm from Massachusetts. She's from Pennsylvania, and we meet in Tokyo, Japan.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We were both going back to school. Jake was finishing his degree. I was starting mine.
Yep.
And we met in Mr. Rastogi's algebra class.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
She was,
Wow. And how long were you both in the military?
she was hot and smart. So I was like, okay, I'll get some.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. I'm latching on to that. Let that stuff go. You kidding?
Right. So we got together, and it's been wedded bliss ever since, right? Yeah.
Always.
Right.
Bingo, bango.
Just happy times.
I'm screaming in my ear. Okay, get ready for your curry sauce.
Yeah. So I put a little carrots in here too now. Just gonna show you a little bit of this, guys. We got some carrots in there. We got the curry and the garlic and the onions and the coconut milk and the chicken stock, and it's all just kind of working its magic inside this pot over here on a nice little simmer. Okay. In the meantime, it's time to get my fish going. How much time do you got on that little boil over there?
Well, I'm gonna actually put. I mean, it's boiling, but I'm gonna actually put my stuff in there because I'm not sure what the deal is. But we can talk about. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get my lobsters back over here.
You do what you got to do, Slim Shady. Okay. I'm going to throw a little bit of salt. Okay. I'm going to crack a little pepper on my fish. I can't do that at the same time because, you know.
And I love sea bass. It's one of my favorite. It's such a, my wife, Nick, she likes like a nice flaky, thin, I like a piece of fish, and that's like sea bass. I mean, it's a light tasting fish, but it's got some heft to it. I just love sea bass. It's so good.
Yeah, the sea bass actually came from a local fisherman.
Yeah.
And what he does is he drops it off in a cooler and you go to a house and pick it up. So
that's awesome.
I know. So it's really cool. So I'm excited. This is our first time, the Sea Forager, using or tasting.
I like that name, Sea Forager.
Yeah, tasting his fresh sea bass. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Give it a shot.
Oh, and this is his recipe too, for the curry.
That's right. The little curry recipe. We're gonna throw that up a little bit later.
Yeah.
We're gonna try it out. We got it cooking over here. It's going to be awesome.
Cool, right? I know.
Very cool.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too.
We'll be there in a couple hours. I
Right.
promise.
We'll be
We'll be right back.
with our lobsters on leashes. I mean, we just
Yeah.
my emotional. Oh no! I killed my emotional support lobster.
You need to put it in a little Ziploc water baggie.
I'm just dragging him along on his leash through the airport, and his dead corpse.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine. He's very sleepy.
He's tired. He's been traveling all day.
Oh, he's quiet.
All right. So I'm gonna
Oh, Jake,
toss the other things. Yeah, go ahead.
while you're talking through your boil,
No.
talk about because the question on people's mind
Yeah.
of what could go wrong,
What
and
could go wrong? Yeah.
and how do you change that? You know, nothing goes wrong in our house. Just FYI.
No, it's perfect.
You know, just the grill caught on fire and things like that.
Yeah.
Our girl caught on fire last year too. That was
Oh,
Really exciting.
talk about the lobster boil.
Yeah, so things that can go wrong. Obviously, these guys are pretty gelatinous. So if you don't cook them enough, it's not going to be good. I mean, it's not. You don't want to do that. So you got to make sure you cook these guys. The good thing is that lobsters are pretty forgiving. They're not. I mean, you can't leave it in there for an hour, but you can, basically when it my red lobster's gone, but basically when it looks and smells like a lobster, if you ever smelled, hopefully you smelled a lobster before, because if you haven't and you don't know what they smell like, but basically when it looks and smells like a lobster, it's done. That's sort of the rule of thumb. So that's one thing that can go wrong. The other thing that can go wrong in a lobster boil is, I haven't talked about the clams yet. So we got a pound of clams here. I don't know, there's like 30 of them in there. We're using little necks, which are specific to Cape Cod, or at least the East Coast, northern East Coast. We're using little neck clams. I like them better. Nicole likes them better because she's not a big clam person at all. But the thing that she doesn't like about the clam really at all is that big chewy rubber neck. So she likes little necks because guess what? They have little necks. So yeah. So something that could go wrong with these clams, you dump these guys in there. If you can see, all these clams are sealed. These are all sealed clams. What you don't want after your boil is it to still look like this. These guys might actually still be alive inside there because they'll trap seawater in there. So when they're closed like this, they've sort of clamped down and suctioned. I don't know how clams work or mollusks work, but basically they're keeping themselves closed because they're still alive. What happens is when you cook them, they separate. This guy's actually separated a little bit. They'll separate so they look a little bit like this, okay? If your clams, after you cook them, still look like this, do not eat them. Throw them away. Like 100%. Don't try to force them open. If it's not an open clam, then the animal was either dead inside before or basically, I don't know what the.
Or you give it to that person that you really like.
No. Anyway.
Oh.
No.
No.
So basically, they are inedible.
Inedible, yeah.
If they have not opened up.
If they have not opened, the steam, whether you steam them or whether you drop them into boiling water, they'll open up. And that's how you know that they're done. Any clam, they have to be open. And scallop, any one of the mollusks, if it's sealed shut, and again, I'm sure that there's some couple chefs out there that there's some random weird clam from there's a Uruguayan seabed clam that doesn't open up or what, I don't know. But what I'm saying is most clams every clam that I've seen, yeah, it's got to be cracked, okay? If it doesn't, if you're trying to force this clam open, it's not, don't eat it.
No good.
Now, with the clams, sorry, I missed this.
Yep.
Did you cook them separately first or you're
No, these are raw. These are probably still alive.
Okay, so they're going to go into the boil now.
They're going to go in, yeah. So
How
basically,
long do they take to sit there and kill themselves?
so about 10 minutes.
About
10 minutes to open up. Lobsters take about 10 to 15 roughly. But again, if you really want to make sure, you can push that to 15, 18. You know, I really wouldn't go too much further past 20, especially with little guys like this. These are small lobsters. These are only.
And so when you stick them in, they all scream really loud too, right? Like a big chorus.
Right. It's like Handel's Messiah. Right, they actually sing Ave Maria. It's crazy. It's weird. It's weird how nature works like
But
that.
only the little necks.
Right, only little necks though. They only sing Ave Maria.
You know, the big ones do like, you know, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
So what I'm doing, and this is again taking a little bit longer. We're boiling now. So
Boiling now, buddy.
Yeah.
We're already on to our second bingo bango drink right now.
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Bingo bango, everybody.
Oh, hold
We're
on.
going
That
in.
drink on.
And you know what comes with the bingo bango?
No.
It's a little bit of a butt bump.
That's a new one.
That's a bump.
Get the
Bump, butt bump.
Hey, I'm wearing an apron, guys. It's pretty tight. You like that?
A
All right.
butt bump. We'll add that.
Oh, yeah, they're doing it.
This right? Am I doing this right?
Back here,
Okay, here we go.
Whoa!
Uh-oh. Gotta look out. It's getting dirty around here, people.
Right. I thought you said this was a PG show, Jason.
It was until now. Talking about clams and butts.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop these lobsters in there for about 3 minutes.
Okay, do it.
And,
Drop them.
So these guys are going in. And then, you know, it's not boiling as much as I'd like to. Ooh, we got a lot of gelatinous goo on this one. Babe, you want to take this one?
I'd love to.
Ooh, I'll take this one. So basically what we're going to do is as the lobsters are in there, they're going to start getting happy. Those were
I
in there.
got a wife that's telling me to open up a coconut, and
oh boy,
you know, I really don't think I have the tools for it. I really don't.
You got a knife, Jason? You got a guy like this, Jason? You got a guy like this?
No.
Anything like that? A cleaver type? I mean, this is our guy. We love this guy.
I could probably beat the hell out of it with my knife, but I'm just afraid of it wobbling over.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you don't want to lose a finger.
No, a skewer is not going to work. I'm just telling you. But it
So
does
I've
have a thumb protector though, just in case.
I was stationed in a lot of places with coconuts, and there is no way that skewer is getting through a coconut.
No. I mean, this is about as much damage as I've got. I don't have.
You're just
What I
gonna
really need is I need a little, like a small hatchet. It would be
you
perfect.
need a machete.
A machete. I need a machete.
Or couldn't you use an electric drill?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, see,
because that what you do is you drill that in, then you pour all the water out, and then it's a lot easier to crack.
Huh.
It's hollow. Right now it's full.
we drink the water though, right?
Yeah. You pour it into a
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
And then
All right, well, you do that on your own time.
Yeah, because otherwise I have to go downstairs. Got to go get my little drill.
Right. You want to do all
Come
that.
back up.
Okay,
Got to make a bunch of
let
noise.
Jake talk now.
Okay, Jake.
I don't need to talk.
tell them, since they mentioned coconuts and that you've been stationed all sorts of
my
places,
God.
tell them about the coconut crabs in Diego Garcia.
Are you familiar with coconut crabs? So
Coconut crabs, yes.
Crabs.
Yes.
No.
there's a
You're in the coconut.
that I don't know if I've never been diagnosed with caborophobia, but if I have any phobia, caborophobia is the fear of crabs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't like them. I really don't like
Is
them.
that a real phobia?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does.
No, caborophobia
Yes.
is a real phobia, fear of crabs. Yeah.
You can see these crabs, right?
So
Yeah.
you can.
All right. Just want to be clear on that.
Yes.
One of them name is Jimmy, and he follows me around. No.
Jimmy the crab.
Right.
Montague.
On to you, crab. All right. So, what I want you to do, I need to explain this. So, I get stationed.
We've
I
gone
can
off track, people, but that's
I know.
okay.
Sorry, everybody.
No,
If you're just tuning in right now, we're going down the rabbit hole.
No, I got it right here.
Okay.
I went to an island that has.
We're stationed there.
I was stationed there, yes, for 18 months. It's called Diego Garcia, and it's in the middle of the Indian Ocean. There's a small
It's
Navy
called
base
what?
there. Diego Garcia,
Okay.
Diego
in the
Garcia.
middle of the Indian Ocean, and
That's not Dora's friend, is it? Diego? Dora?
So I have this fairly robust fear of crabs, and I go to an island that has these things.
Can you see that?
Oh my God. No, that was on a garbage?
That's a garbage can.
No way. That's a crab on a garbage can?
Those are the coconut crabs.
That looked like, you know what that looked like? It looked like it was painted on to that
No,
garbage.
it looks like it looks like the alien from.
Is that
from
a real crab?
That's a real crab. That's called a coconut crab. And not only that, but they climb trees.
They're
So they're above you. They're the size of like dogs. Not joking. They're like this big. They're this big. So they're everywhere on this island. So I go there, and yeah, I don't like this at all. It's not good. It's not good for my heart. That's probably why I had a stroke. 20 years later, that's why I had a stroke. No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So these
I
things
don't,
are.
I don't mean to laugh, but that.
No, it was
I
terrible.
do. I laugh
She laughs about
a
it all the time.
Coconut Island.
These things are all over this island. They climb up the trees, and they use their giant claws to snip the coconuts down, and they rip the coconuts apart.
Just think what they would do to you.
They don't need a
They might
drill.
look at your bald head and say, hey, that's a coconut.
Okay.
Exactly.
Given that this is a cooking show, the number one question, right?
Right?
Can you cook and eat them?
Yeah.
It's a 25. When I was there, this was 1994. It was a $25,000 fine and a year in prison if you got caught because they're an endangered species.
Endangered.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that the only place that they
There's
are?
very few sets of islands in the Indian Ocean that has these things. Yeah. So you
Okay.
can't
All
cook
right.
and
So
eat
you
them.
can't really eat them then.
Or
Okay.
run them
No.
over.
No.
Or run them over.
All right. So let's talk about what we're gonna eat for dinner.
Okay.
Are we gonna eat coconut crabs?
No,
Oh, okay.
we're not, because I don't have
Can we check
$25,000.
Can we check your fish?
Yeah, we can check my fish. It's sitting over here.
Oh, let's put it in the oven. How about that, Jason?
Yeah, let's cook it. Okay. Enough with my facial expressions, people. You want to see food? I got it. I got it for you. Okay, so this is the fish. This is what we got. I got to show you the curry sauce one more time. It's been sitting over here working its magic. Boom, boom, boom.
That looks good.
And it's got carrots in there, all kinds of goodies. It smells amazing. Okay, just telling you,
Okay.
it smells amazing.
I'm gonna smell it.
She wants me to cook, but she keeps telling me stuff, and then I have to start
Ooh,
talking.
actually, that smells really good.
to her. She's lying, but I'm just saying.
It's actually soap. It's really funny.
All right, and I have another pan over here. I'm going to do a little spinach. We're gonna throw a little spinach on the bottom, okay? So that's easy. You know, just throw it in the pan, let it cook for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so the fish, I have my broiler on right now. Okay, we're gonna broil these for about 8 minutes. Easy thing to do. Little spray on the top, and I'm gonna do a little spray on a cookie sheet. We're gonna grab a little cookie sheet, just spray it up. You don't want a heavy oil type deal, but you just want it on there. Good thing we have an air filter in here today because then we won't smell it later. All right, I'm just gonna set those on there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a party right there. I'm gonna show it to him. I'm gonna show it to you. Don't worry, I'm gonna show it to you. All right, so we're gonna stick it in a little pan. It's gonna go like that. We're gonna
And we got 2 kinds of fish.
I know, we have 2 kinds.
Yeah,
We have sea bass,
and halibut.
halibut.
For the hell of it.
Right? So great. Okay. At least I got someone to laugh.
Nicole laughed.
See? All right, let's shove that in there. Top layer, let it go. 8 minutes, looking at the time. Okay, we're good. We're good. 8 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. We're going to see. I don't want to burn up.
Oh my God, this could be our longest show ever.
Forever.
Sorry. You want me to throw my stuff in?
Yeah, do it.
Go.
All right, so the lobsters are in there. They're starting to cook up. In fact, let me get these. Yeah, so you can see the difference now.
Oh yeah.
They're starting to turn orange, which is good. So these guys are starting to cook.
Yeah.
So we got potatoes, we got onions, we got lobsters. Now we start with the good stuff. The clams go in next. So the clams go in.
Oh yeah, get it.
The clams in there.
Is that there's like, you can just, it's a dump.
Yeah, this is just a dump.
I can do it.
Yeah, so we got clams in there now. And then so you take your corn on the cob and you really, you break it into, take each cob and you break it into about thirds. Okay, those go in there. And then your linguiça, which we talked about earlier, that gets dumped in there. So now you got potatoes, onions, corn on the cob, linguiça, lobster, clams, and that is all gonna boil and steam. And it's sitting, remember we started off with the bottle of wine. We put a bottle of wine at the bottom of this thing, bottle of wine, about 10 cups of water, 6 cloves of garlic, and Old Bay. So all of this stuff is going now. And that's gonna sit for about another 15 minutes. Yeah, and then what we like to do, if I had the time, and because I have so much time by both working and having kids and everything else, we just get the pre-done bread. You want a nice crusty bread, so we just get a nice rolls or whatever. We just pop them in the oven for but having the butter and the lobster and everything with a little bit of bread, it just sort of soaks everything up. You got a lot of protein here, and so just having a little bit of carbs just is good for you. So just having one of these rolls with your stuff is great. So so after this thing is,
you didn't make your own bread?
Yeah, that was the beginning of COVID, not now. No. Not now. But basically, after this is cooked for about 15 minutes or so, everything is here. The clams will be opened up. There you get sort of the linguiça and there's clams and lobsters and potatoes under there. At the end of this thing, this is going to be done. You're going to end up with a big roiling pot of stuff. Turn it off and sort of let it cool off for a minute. I used some chopped tarragon. I got some fresh tarragon, and basically what you do is you're gonna pour out the water of this boil once it's done. We gotta sort of, because a lot of New England houses have these things, we got these ramekins, okay? We got a set of 8 because every person gets 2 ramekins. You got one with butter, you're gonna take a stick of butter, typically unsalted. You don't want to use too much salt. So use unsalted butter. You're still using butter, I suppose, but you want to take a couple of sticks of this and melt it down so you got melted butter, and you want to put this into your ramekin. So split it up. Remember, we're doing this whole pot that we're doing is for 4. So if you got a family of 4, 2 lobsters, about a pound of clams, that amount of corn, some linguiça had 3 small links, so it's about a pound of linguiça for 4 people. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your butter in the 2 ramekins. You're going to put some of this water that you're boiling all this stuff in with the wine, that's going to be your rinse water.
Why do we do that?
So when the clams are in the lobster, to be honest, when your clams and lobster are in there, obviously there's sea animals in there and they live in the surf. So you get clams, you get a lot of sand in there. There's nothing worse than taking a bite of clam and just crunching. I mean, we've all been to the beach and you get some sand in your mouth, you get that crunch. Well, imagine biting on a clam and you just get a mouthful of sand. It's not fun. So what you do is you peel your clam open, you get your water and your butter, you take your water, you take your clam, you swish it around in the water. That's going to get rid of all the excess sand. If there are any particles of sand in the fresh water, you swirl it around there, you drop it in your butter, and then you eat it. So you got to go basically peel it into the water, into the butter, and then you're done. So
And then into your mouth.
into your mouth, yeah. So
And then into your mouth. And when you put a lot of butter on things, I think it always kind of works.
It's better
yeah,
with butter.
we're melting 2 sticks of butter and dunking lobster in it, or clams in it, or even I've been known, because you have your boiled potatoes in here. Well, I got a thing of butter, I might as well dunk my potatoes in there. And sausage, linguiça in butter, of course. I'm having that. Of course, I'll have linguiça in butter. You want to know how I got up to 262? That's probably how it happened.
So we'll just take the linguiça sausage out for you tonight, okay? Don't worry about that.
And then Nicole, were you gonna say something?
No.
So the seafood place that you got this, can you just go down to like a fishing boat and buy it right off a boat, or where do you get the lobster?
So we're about 45 minutes from the coast here in Worcester. We're a little bit inland. But yeah, we have tons of fish markets around here that you can go buy a lobster. These lobsters were $8.99 a pound, and these guys
Wow.
so these guys, summertime in New England, you can get them for pretty cheap, $8.99 a pound.
Yeah,
Awesome.
tons of fisheries that you can go
Right.
to, and you can pick your own.
Right. So we went to the thing, and they were live, and we were like, yeah, those two
I
guys.
like that.
Yeah. So you sort of pick, and they're alive, and you're like, but
You're gonna be
you go to
delicious later.
you go to the coast. One of my clients actually lives in Beverly, which is right on the water. They have fishing boats that come in every day. He just walks down to the pier every day with $20 in cash, and he goes to the same fisherman. And depending on what he caught that day, he'll be like, okay, here's some cod, or here's a couple of lobsters for $20. He just walks down there for 20. So he just buys them right
Whatever.
off the boat, and just whatever the guy caught that day.
Chef's choice. It's chef's choice, $20.
There you go. It's just here's $20, and he bought 2 lobsters.
I love that.
That is awesome.
That would have been great to do with our $20.
And we would have gotten.
We would have gotten something.
Listen, I know
The fish was sitting around for 3 or 5 days.
I think we
Smells a little bit, but it's great. You're gonna love it.
would have gotten a Dungeness crab claw.
Yeah. Maybe.
One of the little legs.
Yeah, exactly. So when you guys serve it, then I know you said you pour it onto the table, which don't you have a lot of moisture still, or no?
Yeah. So what you do, obviously, yeah, there's still a decent amount of water in here. So what you want to do is pour off as much as you can into the bowls that you're going to be using, because that water is in your rinse water. But you also want to pour whatever you're not going to use. You want to pour pretty much it all off, so that you just have this steaming pile in there. So then you want to let it sit for a minute. We actually in the dining room around the corner over there, we set up not just a newspaper that you sort of dump this thing onto, but we put a layer of cardboard because we have so many damn Amazon boxes coming to the house right now.
That makes sense. That makes
so therefore, you're not damaging your table. You put a layer of cardboard on there, then put your newspaper, and you sort of dump it on there, and everybody.
Or you could
put it in.
You could put like a plastic tablecloth down.
Whatever, yeah. If you are using plastic, though, just be careful because it's steaming, it's boiling stuff. So you dump it on there, you can melt it pretty easily.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
that's why the newspaper is a good thing. It absorbs.
Yeah. Jason's taking his fish out.
I got my fish out. Fish out.
Nice.
Boiled, nice and happy. Okay, now we just got to plate it up. We got to put a little happiness on it.
Exciting.
Nice.
We'll be there soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer, but it's on its way.
That's okay, buddy. That's all right.
I'm feeling inferior right now.
We love you.
But see, Jason can just go make another Tamarind Margarita while we're waiting for
Exactly.
It could be a 2-hour Dad's That Cook extravaganza.
Extravaganza. What else we making?
2-part miniseries.
Then I will be able to go get my power tool to go get that coconut, right?
Oh, we just buy some time.
All right, so we're gonna plate this little dealie up. We're putting the spinach down. Lulu, that's her job to make it look pretty.
Now, Jason, did you cook the spinach or like just steam it? What did you do?
I did. So I put it in an old pan over here, and I put a little bit of avocado oil in, a little avocado and some shallots. And I like to cheat sometimes. If you want to go and cut your shallots up, go nuts, live on the edge. Sometimes I like to cheat and I get little shallots.
I am all for the cheating. So let somebody else cut up the shallots.
Exactly. So they make great garlic, ginger. I love this brand, and they don't pay me a dime. They should, but they don't. So I love it, and it's phenomenal. And so I just throw a little bit in there, just like maybe a half a teaspoon, a little bit of oil, and then I put the spinach right on top of that. Then I put a splash of put a splash of some chicken stock, and then I squeezed a little bit of lemon on that, a little salt, some pepper, and that's it.
Easy.
That's all you need.
Wow.
Easy peasy, simple. Eat it. You'll love it.
Delicious.
Super simple. Keep the lemon to a minimum. You don't want too much lemon in your spinach because then it's all acidy. You just want to have maybe half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon, maybe something like that. Squeeze. Done. Okay. All right. And here's the.
Whoa.
Wow.
What about the sauce on top, Lulu? What about the rice on the side?
Wait, I should do this.
Look out, you're gonna drip on yourself.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks amazing.
Well, and we don't even have the sauce on
No
it
sauce. We have no sauce.
yet.
We have no
let's
rice.
put
All right, let's get it. Are you wanting it on the side like that? A little thingamabob?
yeah, and then we'll also put it on.
Hey, you guys should do that bumping butt thing now, because you guys. It was just really just spacing right there. So
Perfect.
it was literally just, if you wanted to do it, that was the time. So.
This is too small.
Our kitchen
Try.
is so small that it's ridiculous. It's a little bit tricky to maneuver.
That's all you
oh,
want.
wow, look at all the little carrots in there.
I know, isn't that neat?
It's so cute.
It's so neat.
So there you go.
Oh, that looks amazing.
That looks
Can you
beautiful.
see the
What about
Carrot.
the rice?
Yeah,
curry
that's
sauce?
incredible.
We're gonna also put it on top of the fish directly. And I was looking for a paper towel. If I was a paper
They're right here
Okay,
in the
thank-
tall land.
Thank you. Thank
I'm opening it up for you. You can just pull the piece off.
Nice.
See?
Wow, that's really
Teamwork
What about
makes
your
the
rice?
dream.
Would you like a little scoop of rice?
No, I wouldn't. Thank you. Did you try it? Let's put a little dribble of the sauce on, and then we'll have the kids come and try it.
All right, well, I guess
Are
we're not
your
doing the
kids-
rice. I'm
are
glad
your-
I made it.
No, we will. Are your
Okay.
kids waiting with bated breath for your din-din?
2 of them are.
Here we
2
go.
out of the 3 are.
I'll give you a guess which one isn't. He's about 10.
And his
and
name
Show 'em, show 'em.
Yeah.
his name rhymes with yak. Yeah. Yeah, no, Jack has nothing to. Jack wants a grilled cheese. So.
Oh, he really?
I want that. I want what they
Yeah,
have.
that looks really
Drizzle,
good.
little drizzle, little drizzle.
Oh,
Oh,
When you do this later, Jason, in post, you can slow that down and make it look like it.
yeah.
It look really good.
Oh, just.
I mean, mostly I think the sauce has butter in it, but
No, there's no butter in this sauce.
oh wow. Oh, that's
Zero.
right, the coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
And then you do a little,
Little onion, little green onion on top.
Oh, nice.
right?
Oh,
How beautiful that is.
Wow, that looks amazing.
look at the curry right in here, just hanging out, calling your name.
Right?
Right.
Oh,
Michelle, nice presentation.
Yeah.
Jason, you did nothing.
Yeah.
You don't do
That's
anything.
right,
actually. It's
that's
just- she was the one that actually cooked it.
no,
well.
that's not
No,
true.
this show actually should just be called Wives That Present.
Right. It should be. We had one of our dads on yesterday. We were doing a recording with him, making Oklahoma onion smash burgers.
Ooh.
We called it Wives That Drink. Dads that cook, wives that drink.
I'm gonna
Bingo,
hold,
bango.
Heavy.
I got
Push
it.
the pot.
Well, LJ Cox says bingo bango.
LJ!
Yeah, we're way
Bingo
behind.
bango.
I know, we're way behind.
Bingo bango, people.
Mm. And you guys are doing the, oh my God, what do you call it? Shandy.
Summer shandy.
Summer Shandy. Remember we did
Summer
that?
Shandy.
It's
Shandy.
2/3 beer, 1/3 lemonade. It is
And I like the little coolers, you know, just to keep it
our summer
cool.
drink. Oh, this is like typical the Black Dog Cape
Okay,
Cod.
so I'm asking, you know, I haven't seen too many of them open since we've been on the show. It's like you're almost been like just sipping on that one drink there.
Look how big it is.
I'll
This
put
is
my head next to
right.
it.
Hang on. There you go.
Oh, that feels good.
It's
It's
my noggin.
almost.
Oh my
it's
God, I'm so hot.
Right. It's a really
Oh my God, I'm so hot. Oh my God, so hot.
Ah, I'm so parched. Hang on.
Awesome sauce. So how's our boil doing over here,
Yeah.
buddy?
It's going slow. I don't think we're going to be able to see the final product, but the lobster.
Are you kidding me?
People will have to tune in later, won't they?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll take a picture of it later, or do some like Slim Shady video of it or something, or
I
something.
mean, the lobsters are getting there. They're just not quite the
looking.
bright red.
I'm looking down there. I'm looking. Do you see me looking into the pot? I'm
Yeah,
looking.
he's orange, but he's not red yet. So,
No.
but I mean,
You got your
at this
thing
point,
on high.
we're good. I mean, we got maybe 10 minutes left. So it's just it's a big pot of a lot of stuff to get going. So yeah,
I'm
it's just-
okay with hanging out and drinking too, so that's fine.
I'm fine with hanging out and drinking.
yeah.
I'm good at that.
So talk about what you look for when you're doing your lobster boil. What are you looking for in terms of the type of ingredients? I mean, because you could do a seafood boil, right? That has different things in it.
100%.
Yeah.
This is more of the, I mean, and even if, I mean, the traditional, Maine lobster seafood boil, you're going to use.
And where are you going to do it at?
Well,
you don't have to do it in a pot.
you don't have to do it in a pot. Some
No?
people, actually, when I was looking up, some people, if they don't, I mean, these big pots, they're a pain in the ass to have around the house. You don't know what to do with it. Where are you going to,
Yeah.
thing is
I have to
big.
put it in the garage.
Right, pretty much. What I saw, and I didn't see people doing this. This is a great idea. When I was sort of researching what to do, like a big turkey pan, like a big sort of roast.
Yeah, a big basting thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You put all these ingredients into a turkey bag, and you just put it into and you put it in the oven.
A bag.
In the bag.
Oh yeah, right. Like a shake and bake bag.
Yeah, like one of those big turkey bags that you would do,
Yeah.
and it bubbles up. But yeah, you can put all the same ingredients, a little bit less water because you don't need as much, but it steams it all inside the bag.
That's
You
cool.
don't need to have the whole thing. You just get more of a bag. Now,
Or if you're at the beach.
if you're at the beach, yeah, then you can do what's called a lobster bake, and that's a different thing. So
And you're
lobster
digging a hole, right?
or clam bake, they're all sort of the same thing. What that is you're digging a hole into the sand.
Right.
And you are starting a fire down in that hole, making some coals, taking your stuff, putting it in, either foil or putting it in a pot, whatever. You can put it down in there, and then letting it cook down in this sandy,
And you bury it.
all this stuff. Hey, there's the.
And he brought his gimpy friend.
Yes, I did.
Your basement.
The camera.
Poor kid.
Come on up.
He had a surgery.
Yes.
Come on up to the camera. All right, hang on 1 second, guys.
We're gonna make them be the
So
taste tester.
they're gonna be the tasters.
Yeah, that's noisy.
Okay, so what do you think there? Now, I don't know why I gave you a spoon.
Well,
it's a little baby, he needs a spoon. Little baby spoon.
this is really good, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now that is
actually?
the-
No. The sauce is fantastic.
I've taught him how to lie. It's amazing. The
So-
hours of teaching him how to pretend like things are great.
So that is the fresh sea bass right out of the ocean.
Yeah, buddy.
That was caught with one hand.
I can maybe
Should we feed you?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, get the
this-
little birdie. Help the
Yeah.
little birdie.
So this
well, if
birdie.
you hold the plate, I can do the fork.
okay. So this sea bass was caught yesterday.
Thank you.
Yesterday out in the ocean.
Really?
What do you
Ooh, that's
think?
really good.
I think it's insane.
Yeah.
No,
Is it
it's
fresh?
really, really good. Yeah.
And how's
Seriously.
the sauce? That's a nice curry sauce.
It's really no, it goes really well with it.
Burn your mouth. Burn your mouth.
Thank you.
Is it good?
Yes, super good.
So what do you think about that fresh fish?
Really good.
And would the sauce, does the sauce need anything?
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah,
No.
it's really good. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna have that in contrast with the halibut, which
For
is
the
also
halibut.
fresh for the halibut.
Mhm.
But the halibut was not caught forager.
It was caught by us at the store.
Yeah, it was caught by us at this, but it is fresh. But totally different piece of fish,
Mm.
which I think is interesting. Don't you?
I do think it is interesting.
Good answer.
I think it's interesting too.
Poor Jake and Nicole. They're
Oh,
like,
I'm good.
what are you
I was
doing?
waiting for ours, you know.
Yeah, ours is just taking a little bit longer than expected.
I'm salivating.
Guess who's coming to
Right
dinner?
here, come on.
This is good stuff, though.
Very good.
Seriously,
What do you guys think? Seriously.
I am
Seriously?
dead serious.
Dead serious?
You
Mm.
well, good news is you're not dead. So
And
Mhm.
how's that rice? Because I spent so long making the rice.
no, but the rice is
the
a
rice was
coconut.
like the main thing. You
It's
know?
really-
The
it
rice is a coconut rice.
So how's the rice with the sauce? That's really what I'm interested in.
No, the rice goes really well with the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. Seriously, it's really good.
Okay, now I'm gonna give you a little bit of the halibut to try.
For the hell of it.
Wait,
Yeah.
wasn't that the? Oh, this is the sea bass.
And you guys want a tamarind margarita, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not driving.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Ain't happening.
These kids are still under 21.
They don't look it, but let me tell you.
Thank you, Cal.
I can only tell Corbin because you have a baby spoon, that's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Little baby spoon.
Thank you. Yes.
We didn't want to take it away from him. It's like it's boxing, you know?
Otherwise you look 35.
I love it. So what do you think about the difference between the sea bass and the halibut there, Gavin?
Mm,
What do you think?
Your expert opinion.
they're both very tender.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that this is the halibut.
Halibut.
Yes.
Is slightly saltier.
Salty.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right? There's a connoisseur in the making.
Slightly saltier.
Yeah.
I think you got the
alright.
piece where I put a lot of
Well,
salt
Mr.
on it.
Gavin,
Thank you.
I'm
Yes, I
going-
shall.
I can hold it. I just can't eat anything off of it.
I'm gonna
That's
give you
okay.
A little bit of halibut, Corbin, so you can.
Nick's
also-
waiting for her bowl of happiness. She's so sitting over there in the corner.
I'm just drinking.
She's like, come on. My summer shandy's about done. I need my food.
I'm wasting
Hey.
it with me.
Bingo bango, everybody. I'm on to my number.
Where's my beer?
Oh
There it
no.
Bingo bango.
Well, it's all juice.
Oh, sure it is.
It's just an iced tea. That's
Right,
all it is.
right.
All juice.
Yeah, he said just a nice tea, yeah.
These are really good, though. I'm seriously, this is like a super tasty drink. If you guys are going to make a drink, a margarita,
Thank you very much.
find some tamarind puree or syrup, tweak it a little bit, throw some juice in, simple syrup, a little lime juice. So good. And put a lot of booze in it, too. Just saying. Just
Okay,
saying.
so now
right.
Corbin is going to analyze
You are right.
between
actually.
the halibut and the sea bass.
Okay. For the hell of it.
No, he's totally right. It is actually a little bit more salty than the sea bass,
Interesting.
That's interesting.
and I think the sea bass was a little bit lighter as well.
Are you feeding the bird?
No, he's
Oh.
feeding himself.
Oh,
Wow, that's
sweet.
very interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jason, I think you should try it out. You've got another little slip left.
I don't like eating
Okay.
my
Put it
food.
down.
All
I don't
right.
like it.
What?
I don't want to eat my food.
Yes, you did.
I don't. Don't make me.
Oh, God.
Okay, people.
So we're cutting some lemons right now because
Yes.
we're finally boiling
Yeah.
Yes.
and melting our
We
butter.
got butter melting over here. Whoa.
Oh,
So we got melting butter. We're cutting lemons. We're sort of getting close to the end over here of our seafood boil.
Close to the end. And Alexa said what? What did she say?
She said she wants to hear some AC/DC too.
Oh yeah, she totally does.
Okay, so you're gonna try while they're doing their
All right,
last
I'm
bits.
trying my little happiness
So
here.
you're gonna try the sea bass versus the halibut.
Okay, let's go with the sea bass. Let's take a look here, people. Look at this. Okay, we got a little sea bass, a little halibut, some coconut rice, a little bed of spinach down here at the bottom. We did a little shallots, really good, yummy. So let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. Sea bass is calling my name. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so good, Jason.
Not bad.
How about it's really good?
It's really good. Just saying.
Oh, is it?
It is good. Very good.
Now, so which do you like better, the sea bass or the halibut?
You know, I really don't know
For the halibut.
because I've only had the sea bass for right now. Let's try the halibut that everybody says is salty.
No, saltier, not salty.
Sea bass the same way.
Oh,
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Did you season the halibut and the sea bass the same way?
I did. I didn't do anything different. I cooked them both the exact same way because they're a thick white meat.
Yep.
They both are pretty much the same. If it was thinner, then I have to do something different. But they're both the same texture for the most part.
Yep.
Just a little bit of spray. I did put a little salt and pepper, and that was it.
Right.
And I stuck it in the broiler for 8 minutes.
They
8
are
minutes,
very different.
and that was it.
They are very different.
Mhm.
9 minutes.
You're
And
right.
I thought that they would be the same.
Mm.
But the sea bass, yeah, that fresh sea bass right out of the sea, right?
Mm.
You can't beat that.
No.
Mm.
I don't know. They're both good. I'm
Oh,
digging it.
wow.
How would you compare sea bass to say like a swordfish? So what I feel is if people are starting to make a foray into seafood, that swordfish is a good option because to me the consistency is like a pork chop.
Huh. Yeah, it is. I used to like swordfish when I was younger because I used to think, ooh, this is like, wow, with the butter lemon sauce on it and capers. Wow. When I was a little kid, right? Like, oh, that was like, to me, we would have that. My parents would either bring us somewhere or we would have that. And that was like, we just hit the lottery or something, It was like, oh, you're having, wow. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of swordfish anymore. It is very steaky.
Yeah.
It's thick.
Very dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a fluffy kind of fish.
This sea bass is,
It breaks
wow.
apart really easy. It's soft. A swordfish can be a little hard depending. I don't know. It has better flavor, I think.
wow, the sea bass, it's interesting, right?
It's good. The sea forager cooked this up.
It's really, it is so light and tender. And even though the halibut is fresh as well, I much prefer the sea bass. Very interesting.
Definitely. Halibut, I think that would be a really good fish and chip. That'd be great.
Oh,
Bread that stuff up and deep fry that. Because we all like deep fried food, don't we?
Do you guys have an air fryer?
we actually don't. And you guys mentioned that the other day, but we've been thinking about getting one.
Do you use yours a lot?
Oh, yeah, we use it all the time. We just stick it outside and put it on the cement.
He's saying that because we don't have one. We have had dads though, and we have a dad that's really been teaching us some great air fryer recipes.
Chef Nirvana.
Yeah, so we're
Robert
gonna
Nathan.
get one. It's time.
It's time to get one.
Because we make a lot of really great fried foods like Thai rolls.
Mhm.
Oh,
Did fresh churros.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if they're fresh churros, but
They
fried
They were
churros.
fresh to me.
And they were so amazing. So we wanna try all those fried dishes in the air fryer
yeah.
and see how they are.
Yeah.
How's your boil?
How's your boil doing? Because we're eating dinner.
Well, and we're getting there.
We're
We're
just
gonna
a
sort
couple
of,
minutes away.
so actually, I'm gonna hold this.
Let's see.
and
Hang
then
on.
we'll go-
Ready?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
look at that.
We're getting there. I mean, the lobsters aren't quite done yet, but
you
we're
can
getting
see
there.
the color
I mean, the
change,
color
right?
change has been pretty significant. And then,
Right, so let me point out, like you'll see right here.
Yeah.
That it's morphing into from that
Right.
bluish, grayish color, and now it's looking like a normal lobster, like people are normally accustomed to seeing.
trying to grab a clam. So, our clams are starting to separate as well. So remember, I can't pick it up anymore because it's obviously hot. But so our clam, let's put them in the light. There we
you
go.
go.
So our clam's starting to separate a little bit.
Right here.
So I mean, it's going to separate more as it boils more. But yeah, you're going to see that a little bit more. These guys are all starting to separate. Yeah, they're just starting to open. So yeah, we got, obviously I keep on taking off the lid, so it's going to boil slower. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, in 10 minutes we'll be eating, or 10 minutes we'll turn it off. Then it's going to cool off for a couple minutes, and then we'll be eating.
And it's almost midnight there, right?
It's 8:24,
So
right?
I better drink some more.
Right.
Bingo, bango.
Bingo, bango, indeed.
Bingo bango. Okay. Here we go, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Oh, I'm out. I need to
Oh,
replenish.
no.
Oh no.
I don't know if we have any more of those in the fridge.
Oh, well.
Oh, you didn't put them in the fridge?
And when COVID started, we got a whole new fridge because I was like, we don't have enough room in our regular refrigerator.
Uh-huh.
We need to so we brought in a whole mini fridge, and that's just stocked with beer in the dining room. It just sits there. It just sits there. It's just super trashy. I'm like, yeah, I'm just putting this. Nobody's coming to the house right now. I'm like, I'm putting a mini fridge in the dining room filled with beer because
I think you should put it next to the recliner. I mean, come on. What are you thinking? Why even get up to go to the dining room? What's your problem?
I expend that much energy.
Oh my God, it's so hard to reach over there and grab it
Oh.
and open it up.
So we had to migrate from a Shandy.
This is her second favorite.
Oh, because this is cold, right?
This is Jack's Abbey, and it's a blood orange wheat.
So
What?
Jack's Abbey is actually a beer from Framingham, Mass, which is a little bit, it's a brewery
Like a half hour away.
about half-hour away between Worcester and Boston. But Jack's Abbey is now getting at least, they started pretty local here, but now they're, I believe, all throughout all the New England states have it. And I think they're migrating down. They're starting to go into a regional beer, which is pretty cool. So she loves the blood orange one. So
Very
Yummy.
summer, you would say.
very summer,
Not a Shandy,
not a Shandy.
which I cannot believe. Can I have your Shandy? And are you done yours?
Yeah, it's
I'm
all,
curious.
it's all gone. Yeah, it's all gone. Don't touch it. Yeah. You don't
I
want
am
to
curious. I'm curious to how many women, moms, whatever, watching today are into beer.
Yeah, that's
This
I
is
know
why-
Lulu doesn't
Nick,
drink beer.
Nick definitely drinks more beer than anything else.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I used to be big on wine, and especially in the summertime, I really love a variety of different kinds of beers.
Yeah, I love all the different flavors that you guys have going with the beers. I'm not a beer drinker, I have to say. I'm either tequila or rum.
Well, that also has to do with wheat. So there's only a
Oh,
couple
that's
of
true.
wheat-free, gluten-free kind of beers that she
Yeah,
can.
no, sure.
But I just never developed a taste for it. So I'm more the tequila I know is gluten free too.
Oh yeah.
So,
Mhm.
We have our winter beers and we have our summer beers that we sort of migrate to. And
that's
just
very cool.
You're more of a lager during the winter time, and
yeah, or even
Guinness?
going to the stouts or the porters, like heavy stuff, like
Coffee milk stout.
coffee milk stout is just.
those are
There's
dark.
a brewery. Actually, can we reach that? There's a brewery. I'll give them a plug. I can't reach it. Oh, I can almost reach it. There we go.
Oh my
So
God,
I'll give them
drop
a
it.
plug, maybe. So
it's
Stone Cow Brewery in Barre, Massachusetts.
And it comes in a big jug like that.
Yeah, so they sell these things, and yeah, you go basically what you
they'll
do.
Fill it up for you.
You bring it back to the brewery, and they just fill it off the tap, and then you bring that home. It's called a growler. So yeah, you buy one of those for like buy it for like $20, and then every time you go in, it's like $8 to refill it.
You cap
So-
it, you bring it home, or you put it in a big brown bag with a straw.
Drink it for a couple of days, and you go get another one. Yeah. So
So funny story. That's a fancy growler. It's a sort of a takeout container.
Uh-huh.
In the town where I grew up, You could go in.
Very rural Pennsylvania. Very rural.
I think there's a couple of my high school friends that are watching the video tonight. Shout out to my
Well, how are they watching if they rode a buggy to school?
That's how I got to Massachusetts. I rode a buggy. There's an establishment that you can go into, and you can bring a milk jug, a gallon milk jug.
Really?
Starting recycling.
Oh. You know, a regular white gallon milk jug?
Yeah, that's right.
You just walk in, they put it under the tap, and they'll fill it up for you for $3.
And you walk out.
What?
Right.
Right. The first time I saw this, I'm like, what is that man doing? He's got a milk jug in the bar. He just brought it up, put it in the bar. The bartender filled it up for $3, and then he left. So I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest place I've ever been in my life.
That's crazy. So what does an actual beer cost? A 16-ounce beer, probably more than that.
Like a.
So this is the funny thing.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop. We went to this bar, and I'm from up here, so I was like, okay, you know, beer's, you know, drinking, going out for a
beer is
going
like
out,
$7.
going out for a night of drinking is expensive.
Right.
So, and she was like, I gotta go to the ATM to get some money out to go drinking. She's from Minersville, which is Pottsville's where Yingling beer. So people that are on the East Coast know Yingling beer. That's where Yingling beer is from. It's from Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
The pride of Pottsville, the pride of Pennsylvania, me and England.
That's right.
There we go.
So we go to the bar, and I take out $100 to go to the bar for just, and she's like, "Oh my God,
What are you
what are you
doing?
doing?" And I'm like, "Well, we're gonna go out drinking." She's like, "No, hold on." So we go to this one bar, which we'll rename this.
Yeah.
We go there, and I get 2 beers. No, we were out with one of our friends, 3 beers and 3 shots. And so I originally have $40 out, okay, that I'm going to give, and I'm not sure if that's enough for 3 beers and 3 shots. I put it down. He gives me the beers, gives me the shots. I give him the 40. He immediately tosses back a 20. I'm like, whoa, all right, cool. Then he goes to the register and gets a 10 and some ones and some change, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I appreciate it, man. Actually, you know, I know that you're friends with my wife, but I don't want, you know, I'll pay full price. It's okay. I don't want the buddy discount. He's like, actually, I'm gouging you a little bit.
Gouging you. I took 25 cents away.
The 10-ounce beers of Yingling and pop, because they're 10 ounce, it's a weird size. 10-ounce glasses of Yingling in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, 60 cents.
What?
That's crazy.
60 cents for a beer.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, I didn't need my $100. We all pretty much got hammered for like $40.
Everybody loves a cheap date. You know what I'm saying?
Guilty as charged.
It's true. It's true.
Well,
That's
semi-cheap. Not too cheap. Not very cheap.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
She's not a cheap date. I can
Not
tell you
cheap
that.
anymore.
Not cheap at all.
No.
Ever. Ever.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Right.
true. That's right.
Okay, are we gonna see our
I-
seafood boil?
I don't know.
Our lobster boil?
I don't know. I ate dinner.
I'm not sure if it's gonna happen while we're on. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably want to
Really?
get off at some point.
All
So,
right.
but we are pretty
This is
close.
the longest Dad's That Cook show we've ever
Hour
done.
and a half.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah,
That looks amazing.
we're getting there. We're getting there, but you
We're
know.
getting there. We're
So-
getting there.
We're-
But
All right.
And even when it's done, we still gotta wait 15 minutes before we can touch it anyway, because it's
Oh,
a
we know.
boiling pot of things. So.
All right, you'll have to send us some photos.
You're gonna have to send
So
some
yeah, I can. We will absolutely snap a couple photos so they can go up at the end. So yeah.
all right, well, let's get our bingo bango going.
Yeah,
here.
I'm ready.
let's do a toast.
I'm glad you guys cooked for yourselves tonight, by the way.
Hey, well, thanks for having us. This was awesome.
Hey.
This was really
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. Thanks for sharing your knowledge on all of your killer lobster killing.
And I want you to give a nice plug for both of your jobs because
Yes.
we haven't talked about that.
That's right.
Well, my wife works for a defense contractor here in Massachusetts. It's a major defense contractor, and she runs a major program, and she's really, really smart. And and all these things. She's a super
And
smart.
she just got her master's.
That's right.
She just got it. So last year she got her
Last year,
master's in finance and accounting. So yeah, no, it's really.
Did she finally
Congratulations.
figured out how to bring her laptop to the pool and put her
I did. And apparently that set off a variety of IT people
Right,
cringing.
A lot of people on that Facebook
What are you
post.
doing?
Yeah, they were.
What?
Very careful.
Yeah.
Very careful. I didn't accidentally
Yeah.
put it in the pool.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
And then I run a marketing agency here in Worcester called Herd Strategy and Storytelling, and we mostly handle a lot of nonprofits, the Boston Symphony Orchestra and WGBH, and we have about 20 clients, and we do marketing, PR, social media, graphic design, photography, video, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we do.
Awesome.
Awesome
And thank
stuff.
you for all the giving back that
Yes,
you do.
you guys are amazing people.
Well,
We love
try.
you.
We love you guys.
Yeah,
We
we
love
love
you.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Cheers,
Hey,
guys.
cheers. And thanks for coming on, and it's awesome, and it was
And
great
don't
seeing you.
forget to take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we will take
we will
pictures
take
as soon
pictures.
as they're done.
Lots of pictures.
We love you.
Yeah, and make a tamarind margarita.
I will. And I'll have them all. None for you.
Yes, exactly. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time
We will.
on Dad's That Cook. If you want recipes and stuff, we're going to post those later. dadsthatcook.com. Otherwise, oh well, don't make it. All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Mm.
Later.